Okay, so settle into a nice, comfortable seated posture. And if you have, if your feet are down on the ground, have them about a hip's width apart. Hands resting in the lap, shoulders aligned with the hips, ears aligned with the shoulders. And imagine your spine is a beautiful string of pearls of light stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. So just lengthen your spine, put some space in between the vertebrae. Then go to the crown of your head and just release any tension in your scalp, forehead, eyes, nose, cheeks, the area around the mouth, the back of the head. A little bit of length in the back of the neck, and allow your shoulders and shoulder blades to drop down. Relax the throat, the chest, the belly, and all of your limbs. Then just have some awareness of your breath, the sensations of the air as you inhale and exhale. Be aware of any sound in your environment, just allowing the sounds to be there and trying not to follow with the mind. And then just check in with yourself this evening, this morning. I know some of you are in Australia, we've got Shrey in India. And just see how you're feeling, what's going on for you. Just put some space in between your thoughts. See if you can slow them down. See if whatever it is you're thinking is even rational. And maybe you have some happy, virtuous thoughts there as well. So just check in with yourself. I'm going to bring to mind all these people of our life, our loved ones, our strangers, the ones we don't like so much. Bearing in mind they're all equal, they want to be happy, they don't want to suffer, and they all have this extraordinary capacity for a Buddha mind. These relationships are also interchangeable, they can shift. So that we do this meditation this evening for all these people of our life and for all sentient beings. And because Kimberly's sort of, I don't know where she is in terms of her transition. I don't know if she's still in the hospital room or where she is, but she's somewhere in that death process. So in Western medicine, when you've died, it's when you've stopped breathing. That's when you've died. But the death process is still has a few more stages after that. You're really only about halfway through. So wherever Kimberly's at right now, you can even just imagine. It's been such a short time, really, since she actually stopped breathing. So since the air element dissolved. So you can imagine that she's sitting with us. Maybe that little face of hers on Zoom, and that she's doing the practice with us. So you think there is no negativity that can't be purified, and this purification process is basically a psychological one. We create negativity with our mind, so equally we can change it by creating positivity instead. So we start with this power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and for all of our past lives, if we've done any harm. Regret is based on this logic of karma, and we experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions, and having harmed others. We ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. And we cannot bear the thought of any future suffering that we will experience. And we know from our present suffering we don't want any more. So logically, it makes sense to remove the karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So we think like this: I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows, because I don't want any suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And so we also regret our delusions, anger, attachment, bitterness, grudges, anxiety, depression, all of this. So what can we do about all this? Whom can we turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance. So we turn to the Buddha, who we see as a doctor, who has these methods that we can use to purify. And it's not that we're needing Buddha Vajrasattva to forgive us. We're purifying ourselves by relying upon his medicine. So you imagine Vajrasattva is above the crown of your head. You can also imagine this is the mind of your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. And he's made of this beautiful, radiant, blissful white light, sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. He has a beautiful, radiant face. His eyes are long and peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. And he has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents the union of these two, and this symbolizes enlightenment, infinite wisdom, infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So then we have a little section on compassion. So developing compassion in order to benefit sentient beings. In order to develop compassion for sentient beings, we need to think of those we have harmed and those who have harmed us. So have a strong wish for all these people to be free from suffering. And then we start with the power of the remedy, and this is the medicine, doing the practice of purification. And so we start with the body here, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart, and it arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. and it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you've ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And then it just disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samayam Nupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sitam Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Om Vajrasattva Samayam Nupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida meboa, sutokaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anorakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sitam me, sitam triyam guru hum ha 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 ho bhagawan, sawa tata gata vajramame mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sefa a hum pe, vajrasattva samaya manupalaya, vajrasattva dina patita, jida meboa, sutokaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anorakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sitam me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida Meboa Sutukaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Savasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sitam Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida Meboa Sutukaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Savasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sitam Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Savasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sitam Me Sitam Triyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think that there's no way you could do anything other than benefit others now with your body. And next is the purification of our speech. And Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and it arcs around and forcefully enters your crown and fills your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech. And this overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So you imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying and talking about people behind their backs and getting other people to agree with you. All of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida Meboa Sutukaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Savasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sitam Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samayam Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida Meboa Sutukaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Savasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sitam Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Savasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sitam Me Sitam Triyam Guru Hum Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Savasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sitam Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramame Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Drita meboa, Sitokaya mebo, excuse me, Sipokaya meboa, Anorakta meboa, Sawats idi mempi yatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Kuru, ha 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 ho, Bhagawan. Sawatata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sepa ahumpe. Vajrasafa samaya manupalaya vajrasafa dina patita. Jita meboa, sutokaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anorakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kamasita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha ho bhagawan. Sawatata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sepa ahumpe. Vajrasafa samaya manupalaya vajrasafa dina patita Jita meboa sitokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anorakta meboa sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuru hum ha ho bhagawan sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata hum pe. Excuse me. So happy that your speech is now completely purified. And imagine it's not possible to do anything other than benefit others now with your speech, including yourself. And next is the purification of our mind. And Vajrasattva now very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra. And this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So imagine it happens instantaneously as when you walk into a dark room and flick on a switch and the light comes like that. You imagine the moment the light hits your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, your attachment and neediness, anger, bitterness, grudges, jealousy, anxiety, all of this completely gone, instantly dispelled. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita Jita meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anorakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, sitam shriyam guru hum ha ho bhagawan, sawa tata gata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya seta hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya vajrasattva dina patita Jita meboa, situkaya meboa, sipokaya meboa, anorakta meboa, sawasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Seta Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Trita Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Seta Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jita Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Seta Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jita Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Seta Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dina Patita Jita Meboa Situkaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anorakta Meboa Sawasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagawan Sawa Tata Gata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Seta Hum Pe. So again, be delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are completely purified. And think that there's no space in your heart now for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. And so next is the purification of even the imprints of negativity of our body, speech, and mind. So you imagine Vajrasattva sends light and nectar. So the nectar flowing down, pushing out all the negativity of the body, the nectar flowing up, pushing out all the negativity of the speech. And then the kind of the light coming and blasting all the delusions of the mind and this is happening instantaneously, all at the same time, and eradicates, even the subtlest imprints of negative energy from your mind. Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya vajrasattva dinapatita Jida mebowa, situkaya mebowa, sipokaya mebowa, anarakta mebowa, sabasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, sitam shriyam kur hum ha ho bhagavan, sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya seta a hum pe. Vajrasattva samayam manupalaya vajrasattva dinapatita Jida mebowa, situkaya mebowa, sipokaya mebowa, anarakta mebowa, sabasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Seta A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Jida Mebowa Situkaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anorakta Mebowa Sabasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sitam Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Seta A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Dida Mebowa Situkaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anorakta Mebowa Sabasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sitam Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Seta A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Jida mebowa, situkaya mebowa, sipokaya mebowa, anorakta mebowa, sabasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sitam me, sitam shriyam kuru hum ha ho bhagavan, sawa tata gata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa, mahasamaya seta a hum pe. Vajrasattva samaya manupalaya, vajrasattva dinapatita, Jida mebowa, situkaya mebowa, sipokaya mebowa, anorakta mebowa, sabasidi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sitam me, Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Seta A Hum Pe Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Dinapatita Jida Mebowa Situkaya Mebowa Sipokaya Mebowa Anorakta Mebowa Sabasidi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sitam Me Sitam Shriyam Guru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawatata Gata Vajramami Mutsa Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Seta A Hum Pe. So now feel you are completely purified. There's not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. So now we come to the power of resolve, and this is the fourth and final step in the purification process. So just very quickly tonight, because we're a little late. So just rejoicing in your efforts for coming along, and sort of remember that we have to make a decision if we want to refrain from harming others. So we just decide, this is what I want to do. I think it's something you'd like to work on between now and tomorrow, some kind of something, maybe a habit of some kind that maybe is harmful to either yourself or others. So it could be negative self-talk, for example. And then imagine Vajrasattva is delighted with us, wants to merge with your mind and melts into white light and absorbs into you through your crown, and think, my teacher's body, speech, and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same. And then we have a little bit about emptiness. So in emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma. And there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, place your mind there for a little while. We can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. You can also think that the way things appear to me may not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created doing this practice to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So now we do our chanting the names of Manjushri for the swift discovery of Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Aware of dhyana's each and every aspect with knowledge of samadhi's types and families, the best of bodies, bodies of samadhi, the sovereign king of all enjoyment bodies. The best of bodies, emanation body, the heir to emanation of the Buddhas, with varied emanations everywhere, while benefiting all, however needed. The sovereign of the gods, the god of gods, Azura Lord, the ruler of immortals, the king of deities, the god's guru, the highest of Pramathas, Pramatha. A strong wish for His Holiness the Dalai Lama to live long, for the swift return of our precious Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and then, of course, for your own individual teachers, and then for our beautiful Kimberly to be reborn either in a precious human rebirth or in a pure realm. And then I saw Stephanie had a name. Hang on one second. Where is it gone?
Morgan?
Morgan, who had spine surgery. Wow. And then, of course, a Coral has had surgery. And then Lou's not very well either. So let's just think of all those people. All right. Lots of love, everybody. Good night. Thank you for hosting. Sorry about the sound, you guys. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay. All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you, everyone.